Hello and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. I'm AC and today I'm going to walk you through this beautiful 2023 Newmar Mountain Aire. I got to tell you, I really like the color on this. It's a classy looking color. This is the Avalon exterior. It's also the 4118 floor plan. So it's going to be 41 foot 10 inches in length, and it's going to have a height of 13 foot 2 inches. We're going to start up front, and then we'll kind of work our way back. This is on a Spartan chassis. So this is the Cummins X12 engine. You'll have 500 horsepower, 1,695 pound-feet of torque. We'll start right here, work our way back. As you can see, we've got keyless entry and a doorbell. We're gonna have turn signal cameras as well on those front mirrors. We're gonna have our Alcoa aluminum wheels here. So these are, the front tires are going to be 365s, 70s, and they are 22.5-inch wheels. The rear tires will be 315s. Right here as we work our way through, this is going to be where you fill up your diesel. This has 150 gallons of fuel, so plenty of capacity, so you don't have to stop very often. Front compartment here is going to have your outdoor refrigerator freezer. Perfect size. Put your drinks in there, some additional food. Beautiful day like today, March Madness going on. Send me a text or an email. Let me know who you think is going to win it all. I'm been checking out these games. It's been a lot of fun and some good upsets. We're going to have our outdoor entertainment system here with our Samsung soundbar and Bose controllers right here on the left side. Under here, we're going to have our full slide tray with 1,000-pound capacity. This does go out in both directions. You're also going to have some spare tiles in case you have a little too much fun, or you get a little too upset during the March Madness and you throw something and break a tile. We got you covered. Here we're going to have another slide tray. It's just a half. On the other side there, we're going to have our Oasis hydronic heating, so that keeps this from being a full pass-through. I'll show you that on the other side. We also have our central vac system and our hoses. A couple things to point out. Mountain Aire, Newmar obviously. So we've got our Star Foundation. You can see right behind that central vac system where that is welded onto the frame here. Star Foundation stands for strong, true, and robust. Gives you a nice, quieter, smoother ride. The other thing I like to point out is the masterpiece finish here on the slide. Most units will have just a solid color, black or white. With Newmar, you're going to have a full paint job that even covers the side of the slide outs. Makes it look really classy, really nice. Back here in this compartment, we're going to have a good spot to put oil, additional def, whatever you want to carry in here, some tools. All right, I mentioned earlier that this is on a Spartan chassis, so the front wheel cut on this coach is going to be 55 degrees. The rear passive steer tag axle does turn. This has an 8-degree cut. So that will help when you're parking in a tight spot, when you're moving around parking lots. It makes it really nice. Lets you do a full circle in a lot tighter distance than a coach that does not have that passive steer. Back here, we're going to have our DEF tank. This has a 15-gallon DEF tank capacity. Back in here, you're going to see these valves, these air valves here. These are going to be your emergency suspension fill. In case your air system stops working and you have to get a tow, they can actually run air lines straight through those to air up your system. Back here, we're going to have our 2 chassis batteries with our chassis disconnects. Our air dryer. Beautiful job they do of covering up that particulate filter that's under here. I'll show you this a little more inside, but we do have our emergency escape door back here on the rear of the passenger side. Okay, quick note, when you're opening the engine compartment here, make sure you hold it with one hand. A lot of times this will come straight up. If you're not paying attention, it can catch you. Cummins 12X engine, like I mentioned, 500 horsepower. You're gonna have your coolant. They do give you a quick connect here for an airline. Plenty of room if you like to work on your own engine, do your own oil changes, that kind of thing. Gonna have our block heater back here, which hopefully here pretty soon we're not gonna need anymore. You can see right here our backup camera. Down here on our tow hitch here, we're gonna have a Voyager camera connection. In case you're towing a trailer behind you that has a Voyager camera, you can plug right into there. You're gonna have your 7-pin connector right here. And then your tow brake. So this is set up for your tow vehicle. You just plug in the airline right there. Again, beautiful exterior colors. I really think this white and light gray and silver is just a classy look. Back here we're going to have our side radiator, which allows for additional cooling, more horsepower. The DEF is a dual fuel or fill, so you can fill on both sides. Under here we're going to have a sewer hose storage. Right here in between these rear axles here, the rear tires, you can see the hydraulic leveling system. Those are some solid, beefy stands that can level the coach out really easily. Makes camping fun. You don't have to get out and do a whole lot. You just find a semi-level surface and hit the auto level, and it takes care of everything for you. Down here in the water bay, as you can see, we have the nice stainless steel backing, paper towel dispenser here, outdoor shower with hot and cold, our Sanacon system, our macerator system, and then our water hose on a power cord reel. Everything is labeled really nice and neat. This does have the full house water filter. Right now this coach is winterized, which is the blue fluid that you see there. So this has 50 amp service. You can see our power cord there. It is on a reel. We're going to have our surge protector and transfer switch back there. Right here you're going to have a cable inlet in case you're staying somewhere that has cable. Right here's your Oasis hydronic heating and hot water system. Really efficient, gives you a lot of gives you good heat, endless hot water as long as you have plenty of fuel and plenty of water in the tanks. So always make sure you fill up your tanks and your diesel before you park somewhere. Another thing I want to point out is we do have the nice window awning on this side. We've got a couple on this side, one on the other side. This coach was ordered, so it's all electric. It does have the lithium battery upgrade and the dual inverters, as you can see there on the right. I will kind of show you that inside when we get inside, so I can kind of point out what those inverters power. This unit does actually let you, with that dual inverter system and the lithium batteries, does let you run the front air conditioner without having to run your generator going down the road. It's a really nice feature to have. Here in our front compartment, we're going to have window washer, brush there, and squeegee. We're going to have some fuses, some spares, and then also right here is where you would open your, oh, let me go turn on the accessories inside, and then we'll pop open this generator compartment. Be careful when you're moving this slide forward, not to stand too close to the door here because this exhaust does stick out a little bit. You don't want to catch your leg with that. Up front here you can see we have a 12.5K Cummins diesel generator. We're going to have a hot water tap right there behind the oil filter, and also a quick connect for an airline. You're going to have your 2 city horns right there, right above. There you go. And then of course your air horns right here on the front panel here. These are the ones you used to wake up the neighbors and let the cars know you're coming. This slide tray makes it really easy to get to it if you need to start it from outside, if you want to service it. Now we can go ahead and go inside. I didn't chime in on the stock number, but this unit is available and it's stock number 5N221699 if you're interested. As we come in here, a couple things I want to point out on the passenger side front here. This does have the co-pilot or backseat driver panel. Lets your passenger access your cameras, your navigation, everything you can access on that front screen they can access here. We have a wireless charging pad here for your phone, your step cover, your visor, your patio lights, ceiling lights, and your map light. Also has a handy little table here that you can set up when you're going down the road. If you want to work on a laptop or read a book, you have that table right there. I'm going to go ahead and close this door. And then, like I mentioned earlier, this does have the Avalon interior and exterior. I'm not usually a fan of the darker wood, but I think I really like it with this color combination. You've got the non-gloss tile floor, which I really like the look of, along with the grays and the white countertops. Really looks nice. We're going to start right here. You're going to have touch panels all throughout the coach. They're going to turn on lights in certain areas, let you access different components. This one here, which is right next to your comfortable theater seating here, does have plenty of storage. This is where you're going to access the TV. So you're going to go to Home, hit Systems, and then hit TV up. That'll lift up that televator so that when it's time to watch the game, time to watch a movie, you're ready to go. Nice thing about that Newmar does that I really like, you can see we have outlets on both sides of the sofa. We have outlets by the theater seating. So there's plenty of outlets throughout the coach. You're never going to run out of a spot to plug in a phone or a laptop. Some real nice overhead storage here. Soft closing doors. Here's where you would put your receiver, DVD player, etc. Right above, we have a Bose sound bar. All right, so we move our way back. We do have a convection microwave, some more additional storage up here. These shelves are adjustable. The cooktop cover does double as a cutting board. And as with the induction cooktops in most of the Newmars, apart from the King Aire, these actually do come out. You can use them on a table outside. If you're watching the games outside, you want to do some cooking, you just put this outside on a table. That way you don't have to worry about burning the place down. Go through these drawers. These look small, but only because it does have the island or the counter extension here. This is nice for prep, food prep. Gives you plenty of counter space when it's time to do the fun part. Gonna have a stainless steel single sink. It's nice and deep, gives you plenty of room for your pots and pans. Of course, this does come equipped with a dishwasher. Plenty of remotes. Nowadays, you get 5 remotes with everything pretty much, no matter what you're buying. Don't worry, we will show you how to use all of those when you do a walkthrough. If you purchase from us, we do a thorough walkthrough with you, and we'll show you how to use everything and answer questions as we go along. Nice little flip down here for sponges. Underneath here, we're going to have our trash can on the slide tray. These slide trays are nice. You don't have to reach way back there. You can kind of show back there on the left side there, Jody. That does have a compartment back there where you would actually store your sink covers. Nice amount of storage in here. On the other side, we're going to have our booth dinette. Really comfortable, plenty of room to sit down. We're going to have 2 additional chairs under the bed, which I will show you guys here in just a minute. Let's see here. So these just pull out. They have these slam latches. Before they had a little lever that you would open. So now they just actually pull straight out. You have plenty of overhead storage on the driver's side. So right here, whenever you click on any of these buttons, it's going to give you a bunch of different options. So just because you want to make sure you have all your lights on. So if you hit just lights, it won't hit your accent lights. So you want to make sure and go through that. Back to home. These are power shades. So it's really nice. You want to get a little bit of shade, just do the day shades. When it's time to go to bed, you will hit the night shades and that will black everything out. One thing I want to point out here as we go back to the theater seating, this does have USB ports on both sides. Again, once you sit down, it's time to watch TV. You do everything from the comfort of your theater seating there. Of course, we're going to have residential fridge with plenty of room for all your food, drinks, and a nice size freezer down here. This 4118 gives you a really nice size pantry here with adjustable shelves. They do lock. By pushing in, they lock so they don't open when you're driving down the road. Down here, you're going to have these slots which are adjustable, which is really nice for pans, cookie sheets, those sort of items. And then in our half bath, I'm going to let you just kind of show it first, and then I'll pop open that panel with the breakers. All right, so I mentioned outside and I pointed out those 2 inverters with the lithium batteries. Here's your 2 inverter breakers. This will let you know what runs off of each inverter. So you can see inverter 1 is going to run your front air conditioner. So if you're going down the road, this is running, you're going to be able to run that front air. It's also going to control your driver's side slide out and your passenger side. The other one is going to run the microwave, the refrigerator, and the bed, bath, and basement outlets. So if something's not working, here's your floor heat. If one of these gets tripped and your floor heat's not working, always check in here to make sure these GFCIs haven't been tripped. This side you're going to have additional breakers, and it's going to tell you exactly what they're for on both sides here. Really nice, handy. And I'll step out here. You have additional storage here, and then a medicine cabinet. So I'll step out, let you check that out. Half bath is perfect for when you have guests or if you have kiddos going with you. You got plenty of room for everybody. As you go into the master bedroom, you do have a pocket door here for privacy. And then we're gonna have a king size bed with a little nightstand on both sides and also some storage right underneath that. Under the bed, we're gonna have 2 folding chairs, as I mentioned earlier, and then 2 table extensions there. So when you pull out the dining table, gives you plenty of room for 4 people. And there's additional storage down here. Above the bed, you're gonna have 2 main compartments here with an outlet in the back. And then on each side, you'll have another one here with the port in there if you need to run a cord through here. Comes in really handy. You're also going to have some controls under here. Jody, maybe you can kind of show that menu under there. So you're going to have your speaker buttons, and then you're going to have a touch panel here that lets you turn on the lights and run some additional features without having to get out of your bed. So again, really geared towards the driver. Makes you not have to get up as much, whether you're laying down or sitting in the theater seat. You can pretty much do everything you need. You're gonna have 2 nice wardrobe spots here, 1 on each side. Again, everything is soft closing. You're gonna have 6 drawers underneath your TV here. This compartment here is gonna be where you would put your receiver or DVD player. All the AV equipment would go in there. On this wall here, you're gonna have a couple of things I wanna point out. You're gonna have your awning controls here, so you can extend the window awnings, your slide outs, and then your main panel here where you can, check on your generator, do your AGS, your auto gen start, set your climate. Bunch of different items on here. I won't go through it thoroughly because I could do a whole hour on that. If you have questions, please give me a call, shoot me an email, and I can kind of help you out with that. Then you're gonna have another touch panel here for your shades, your lighting, just like in the front there. Okay. As we work our way back to the bathroom, the main bathroom here. One thing I really like about this one is you've got a ton of storage. So you're gonna have a corner shower, which is gonna give you plenty of room. You've got your dispensers up top, your flip down seat, and it's corner, so it's kind of rectangular, gives you plenty of room in there. I'm not gonna walk in there to show you how much headroom I got because it is winterized. So we've got some blue fluid there on the floor that I don't want to track throughout the coach here, but check out all this storage. There's an additional wardrobe with a safe in the back. Medicine cabinet, plenty of room. This shelf is probably about 12 inches, a little less than 12, probably 10 inches deep. You've got an outlet in here. Additional storage under the sink. course, we're going to have our Splendid washer dryer. There we go. So this is your escape doors I mentioned earlier. So hopefully you never have to use this, but if you do get in an accident and you can't get out the front door or out of one of the windows, this is a perfect way to get out. You literally just open the door, take this panel off, flip down the ladder, and it'll extend down, and then you climb out of the coach. I joke around a lot and say, if you want to get away from your guests, you can always sneak out the back. That's funny, but if you ever need an emergency door, you're going to be so glad that you have this coach or one similar to it. As you're walking out of the bathroom, you always want to watch your step down because there is a small step down. If you're like me, sometimes you don't pay attention. You'll learn after the first time you trip. All right, now I just kind of want to go over the front here. Both of these chairs will swivel around to give you a really nice living area. So you've got your theater seats, your small love seat there, and then you have these two for a living area. Plenty of space. I mean, if you look down the hallway here with the slides out, you've got plenty of floor space. If you're partying down and you want to do a little dance, you can dance in here, whatever, you know, whatever makes your day. You got to have fun, right? If you're like me, you got to have fun. Life's too short not to. So make sure you enjoy yourself, whether you're in a mountain air, a revel, a pool behind trailer. Make sure you enjoy yourselves. We're going to have our display here for our cameras, which is a huge display, as you can see. Oh, hold on. Well, let me turn on the coach and I'll do the turn signal for you so you can see the turn signal works. The rear camera is nice because you can keep an eye on your tow vehicle. There we go. Let this boot up so I can kind of show you some of the digital display here. Your controls for your display are going to be right here on the steering wheel. Again, there's a lot of stuff on here that we could go through. I'm going to go through just a couple of things. One is on your leveling. So this does have air leveling. Right now it's set for travel. You can go to high ride, low ride. So if you need a little more clearance, you would hit the high ride. If you need a drop down to get into your shop, you can go to low ride and lower the bags. And then when it's time to go back on the road, you always want to go back to travel. Let's see here. So auto level, so it'll do an auto level using the airbags, which is awesome. You're gonna have your HWH hydraulic leveling right here on the left side of the driver's seat. If you're in muddy conditions, you don't want to use the jacks. You really want to use your airbags because you don't want those jacks sinking into the mud. So this is where you would go back to do the auto level using your airbags. Awesome feature to have. There's a brightness. You can always check your messages. It'll let you know right now the traction control is off. If you go to TPMS, it's going to show you your tire pressure. If you go to settings, that is where your comfort drive is. So you would click on that and then you can adjust this. You know, you can change it back and forth depending on how much play you want in the steering wheel. I usually like leaving mine on 3 when I'm delivering the coaches. I'll do 1 if I'm in a parking lot and I want the steering wheel to turn nice and sharp. You can see you can turn the steering wheel while we're parked all the way one direction and it will bring you back to center. Makes it really nice when you're trying to get around tight parking spot, that you can, you know, kind of whip the coach around that easily. So again, just a few things here. You want to check your fuel, your temperature, your oil. You're going to have 2 air gauges, your primary and secondary systems, and then your def gauges right here. So always keep an eye on your def gauge. You don't ever want to run low. If it tells you to put some in there, please do so, or it will put you in limp mode, and that will not be fun for you going down the highway at 25 miles an hour. This was ordered with the Kurt Spectrum brake controller there for your tow vehicle. We have heated mirrors. These are your mirror controls. Wireless charging pad for the driver as well. Of course, you have your air brake, your auto lights. That's going to dim your panel, your dome lights, and then your high beam. So this does have auto high beams. If you like that, you just turn it on. It will turn your brights on at night, and then as soon as it senses lights coming back, it will turn those off. Down here, you're going to have your house and chassis battery merge button, your air horn, and then your tow window open right here, and then your traction control override. On the left side here, we're going to have our tag dump, your engine brake, so on and off, and then it is a 3-stage, low, medium, and high. Your Allison 6-speed transmission controls right here, and your HWH leveling, as I mentioned earlier. Down here, you're going to have an auxiliary port and a USB. So if you have something on an aux cable that you want to run, that's where you would plug that in, and then there's 2 additional USB ports there. Here in the center, you're going to have a couple storage compartments, and then your HVAC controls, so your heating and your air conditioner and heat right here, your visors and your shade for the front, your generator on and off, your courtesy lights. So if a semi lets you pass by or somebody lets you go around, you give them the thank you by clicking that. Entry door locks, your docking lights, your overhead fans on, and then your low, medium, and high adjustment there. Push button start. So I'm shutting it off now. If you want to run your accessories, you just push it once. It'll allow you to open that generator compartment like I did earlier. Down here, you're going to have there's a small pedal down here on the left side. I don't know if you can show that, Jody, but this is where you adjust your steering column here, so you can telescope it and you can set the height wherever you want it. Pretty nice, pretty simple. Again, there's a ton of other stuff that we can go through as far as you know, all your stereo controls, your panels. If you have questions on any of those things, feel free to just call me, shoot me a text or an email. I'm always available via cell phone. Thank you guys for watching. I just want to do a walkthrough so you can see what we have on the lot. You know, if the colors intrigue you, if you want some more info, please give me a call. Si hablo español, me pueden hablar al 720-276-4241. Before we leave, I'm going to pull the slides in and give you a shot of what it looks like with the slides in. If you've never had an RV, make sure that you have a good checklist of things to check before you leave the park, before you leave your shop, your house, wherever you're at. You always want to make sure you have a good checklist so that you don't forget something. One of the most common things that I see people forget their first time is actually they'll be at a park plugged in, and when they leave, they forget to unplug their power cord. It happens quite a bit. So if it happens to you, don't be embarrassed. You're not the only one, but those are just the kind of things that you really want to watch out for. Another thing is when you're pulling slides in, this is also common your first couple of trips. Be careful. You want to make sure there's plenty of room behind the seats before you pull the slides in or out. If not, you can damage the seat and your fascia here on your slide out. Jody, if you could show this chain back here, I just want to show the viewers here that the size of that chain that actually moves your slide, your full wall slide. Super solid. There's other units, other manufacturers that use a small cable. This is pretty beefy. You're not going to have as many problems as you would with other manufacturers because of that chain, along with the cog that they use to run their full wall slide. If I remember next video, I'll bring the cog to show everybody what that looks like. All right, so now the slides are in. As you can see, there's still plenty of room to walk through here. On this model, all the floor plans are a little different. I can actually walk straight. I don't have to go sideways. There are some where you have to kind of go 1 foot in front of the other, but in this one, I'm able to get all the way back to the bathroom, to the refrigerator. You can't access the back bedroom, the back bathroom, unless you do a little ninja roll over the bed. Then you can get back there, but plenty of room with the slides in when you're going down the road. So thanks again for watching. I'll do one more walkthrough here so you can kind of see that I can still get back here and open the fridge. Because of the bathroom hinge that they use, I can still get into the bathroom. Although I wouldn't suggest doing that going down the road unless you really trust your driver. Thank you guys again, and we'll see you next week.